Theo Dorsey here with ESPN West Palm and ESPN Top 63, joined by Sam Curry, head coach of Royal Palm Beach, ahead of the game of the week where it's going to be Royal Palm versus Boca Raton. First off, Coach Curry, 5 games in, you're 4-1. How is hashtag New Royal coming along for you so far?
It's coming along pretty good, man. It's going great. We had our first setback, first loss last Friday, not last Friday, 2 Fridays ago, against County. County went up to Georgia and played a great team, well disciplined team, and they were outstanding. They're what they're advertised as, and it was a great learning experience. But as far as what we're talking about, we want to see can the boys face adversity. We want to see can they bounce back when things not going their way. And we actually saw that in the third and fourth quarter. The boys came together, they rallied back, and made the game a little closer than the score would indicate.
Coach Curry, and first off, I will say thanks for joining me here after you also are still. I didn't realize you still had duties with youth football and you were still handling business. What is that? So I know this is year one for you as head coach of Royal Palm Beach. For those that don't know, what are your other football obligations and youth obligations outside of your current job?
So I'm the vice president for the youth football Royal Palm Beach Youth Football Association, and I also coach the 13 youth on that level for the youth football. So after I leave high school practice, I go straight to Seminole Palms Park and I do the youth football coaching and trying to make sure I do everything to make sure they win and they're on point and they're running the plays, Chris. And it's a lot. It's draining, it's demanding, but I do it because I love football and I love the kids. And I
You
think God put me on this earth for the purpose to help kids and mentor kids.
You obviously mean a lot to the community. What you've done so far already is showing dividends on the high school level, and I'm sure on the youth level. I'm just not as acclimated with what y'all got going on there. But for you specifically, and for these kids, what would it mean to fully revitalize Royal Palm Beach to what it was like in the between 2005 and 2012 or so? I just got done speaking with some former Wildcats, a couple of weeks ago, who talked to those glory days and talked about how much it means to see that it seems like y'all are on the right track right now. Like, what would that mean to the community?
I think it mean a big deal. A lot of the community people are reaching out to me. Just got done literally 15 minutes ago doing a interview with the local newspaper about Georgia and about the change that we're making and things that we're striving to do in the community. I think it's a big deal, and a lot of people are buying in. A lot of the youth football players are excited about what's going on because a lot of them, like before that, when I was just the youth coach, a lot of the players were going to other schools because Royal Palm wasn't winning, and didn't want to go to a team that was 0-10 and looked at on Friday. There was no excitement about the stands. A lot of the players didn't go to the games. They were going to the Centrals, the Cardinals, and different places like that because how bad Roy was doing in the past. But it's a lot of excitement. I have a lot of the old players, alumni reaching out to me and just had Dave Howard come and talk to the kids. He's one of the players that went to the University of Miami out of Royal Palm. Fred Johnson, as you know, been involved, making sure that we're taken care of as far as like helping with the weight room, as I mentioned before, making sure that we have music, different things like that, man. A lot of the alumni are reaching out. They're excited about it. They're glad that we're headed in the right direction. So it's fun. It's real fun. The community is starting to buy in.
And is that it? Is that the moniker New Royal, or is there other things I'm missing? Because I keep seeing that flirted around out there, and I want to make sure I'm getting it right.
Yeah, that's what we're going by the new Royal. We preach it. Like I tell the kids, the little detail, the small details matter. And when you're trying to be new, you're trying to clean, you're trying to be reestablish yourself, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get the bad habits out and bring a number new good habits. So it's a little thing, even like what I just talked to them about the locker room, making sure the locker rooms are clean, making sure that we're organized with the locker room, making sure that we hold each other accountable, and things like that. Like little things like that matters to the new Royal, and we're trying to change the culture. Well, the kids, I get a lot of comment from the teachers too, because now the kids have a fear, not necessarily a fear, but respect. I'm saying respect level that they don't want to get in trouble because they know that they want to play on Friday. They know that I hold them at a high standard, and they don't want to disappoint me. So a lot of the kids and teachers say, "Oh, I'm gonna tell Coach Curry, this thing, they straighten up. They saying like they see the change in the kids, not just on the football field, but in the classroom too. And that's what we preach a lot in practice. And when we talk with them, we preach a lot about that.
And I will say I can see the changes when it comes to the final scores here. Just for those that don't know that are watching this, uh, through 5 weeks, you are 4-1. The stat that stands out, and I think you know where I'm going, your 4 wins, all shutouts. You have yet to allow a single point in the state of Florida. Of course, Camden County, that was a game on the road in the Peach State. That means when you walk into your home stadium on Friday night for the game of the week against Boca Raton, you're going to have a defense that doesn't know what it's like to give up a point in the Sunshine State. How much pride, how much do you hang your hat on, not just being dominant in those wins, but that donut is something that defenses are always proud of.
Well, we extremely excited about how our defense been playing. They actually did real good in County. County with just the offense put them in a lot of bad position, and unfortunately, I'm the OC. but
So
no,
that's on me.
the defense been lighted out. We got a lot of talent. I think we're gonna have a lot of D1 talent in their defense, especially the back end with our DBs. They've been lighted out, lights out, really, man. The coaches, the DC, Clint Everett has locked in, brought a new type of energy. He brought that Muck City energy to the Royal Palm area. He's in your face, but he's real smart, a real football mind, real intelligent when it comes to football and putting the kids in the right position. And like I said, the little things, he harp on the little things, and it matters. The attention to detail this man has, man, is amazing. And he have a great staff on the defensive side with Coach DJ Rowe that been here for like 3 years. Coach Ratavius Akin that he played 5 years at Western Michigan. And we got Coach Mitchell with the D line, man, and Coach Jason who played in Georgia, so he know about the Georgia atmosphere because he played high school football in Georgia. So we got a great defensive staff, and man, they're hard on the kids. And then another thing, they lead. Most of our leaders come on the defensive side of the ball. Like a kid like Jamonte, who's highly recruited. He's a lead by example, and he can get vocal. So we have a lot of great leaders on the defense, and they want the shutout. They believe in the shutout. They don't want to get beat, and sometimes they'll be right in your face. They play a lot of man defense. They want to be in your face. They trust their skill level over their opponents. So that's how we play. We're gonna be in your face. We're gonna play fast, and we're gonna hit you.
I saw that up close and personal in the game against Port St. Lucie. That one got out of control very swiftly in the first couple of frames there. You on the defensive side, what is it that changes so quickly like that? Because I know scheme can help, I know coaching can help, talent always plays a part, but to turn into this force that y'all have had like that over 1 year. I know it's more than, I don't get to see all the practices, so I don't see all the work that gets put in. I just see the Friday night results. What, how? Like, do you have a lot of new starters? What is it, what's the biggest changing point on that side?
Well, we did brought an influx of kids through transfer from different schools, but it's a lot of new starters, but at the same time, it's a lot of old starters too. Because like our D line was there last year. Some of the corner DBs were there last year. Linebackers, they were young, but some of them was there last year. But then we added some new kids along the line, and it just they gel. Like summer workout was like awesome, man. If the summer workout was very very hard, and the kids pushed through, and Coach Bobby, like he brought in a whole new energy too when it came to working out. Like I'm not a workout guru. Like I don't know. I'm not a weight room dude, but I know how to get the right people down for the weight room for them type of activities. So I brought in Coach Bobby, man. He been amazing with the kids, lifting them, motivating them, trying to encourage them to reach their potential when it comes to lifting and conditioning and scrims. And he's doing a great job, man. Mm-hmm. So that with the kids coming in and buying in and everything, the defense coordinator is implementing have been great. It's been a great transition.
Coach Sam Curry here, joining me with New Royal. You have a game of the week against Boca Raton this Friday night. What is it going to take for y'all to get out of there with a win at home?
Play disciplined football. Play our football. Play the New Royal football. We want to play fast. We want to be aggressive. We want to be disciplined. We want to make sure that we don't make mistakes, self-inflicted rules like we did in Georgia. Long we take care of the ball, and do what we're supposed to do, we should come out there with a win. Boca's a great team. They 4-1. They got a new staff, so they kind of new like us. They got a new staff, but they got some experienced players, some quick players. But we don't look at film. We don't see what we need to do, and it's just up to the players. Like we tell our players, Monday through Thursday is us. Friday is you. So it's on them on Friday when they get between them white lines and they see their opponent, as long as they execute what we had installed over the weekend or what we practice on, it should be a smooth game.
Looking forward to that smooth game and stay healthy through practice. And we'll see y'all Friday. Also, man, get some rest, man. You coaching, you got high school practice, youth practice. Get some rest. You deserve
Yeah,
it.
I'll be trying to, man. I'll be trying to. So when I come home, like, I'll be trying to make sure I take a shower, get some food, and I try to get in the bed. But, it'd be hard sometimes just to unwind and go to bed. Sometimes you got to look at some TV or look at some game film or something. So
I know
I'll
it.
be trying to, man.
But
My wife be mad at me, like, go to sleep, go to sleep.
look, well, I'm not gonna hold you no longer, so you can get to it. And also, again, man, just thanks for everything that you're doing for the community, for the team, and for the kids. And we look forward to seeing y'all Friday night, man.
All right, Theo, see y'all Friday night.
Thanks, coach.
Have a great
Peace.
night.
Theo Dorsey here with ESPN West Palm and ESPN Top 63. And ahead of the game of the week, Boca Raton at Royal Palm Beach. I have Curtis O'Neal with the Boca Raton Bobcats gearing up for a big game on Friday night. First and foremost, man, you're 5 games in. You're 4-1, 1-0 in the district. How are the Bobcats looking?
Um, it's Collin O'Neal, just to correct you there real quick, not Curtis.
Oh, I said Curtis. I'm Colin. How can I do that? Look, off to a terrible start, but y'all are off to a good start. How the Bobcats, Colin?
Oh man, no. We're sitting at 4-1. It's a good spot to be in. We've had some challenges. We've had some good games and close games. And we're rolling right now at 4-1. We're finally gelling together as a team and a coaching staff. Again, we're all together for our first year. So yeah, we're excited.
How were you able to? There's so many things you have to do to get a football team to kind of work towards one common goal, and you had to do it on a bit of a fast track as compared to what other guys have typically even had to do if it's their first year as the head coach at a school. Like, how were you able to get this thing together so quickly, and how much different are things now as we're about to enter into October than they were when you first took over?
I think transparency is key. I laid out the foundation and the vision of what my team, what I want them to look like, what I'm bringing as a head coach, and kind of what I brought in as my staff, and what we expect from ourselves. And we just kept it very transparent with the guys and the kids of, hey, this is what we are, this is what we're going to do, this is what we want. That's what we're rolling with this year. I know some of you guys, especially the older guys, that kind of, had a meet with them, say, hey, kind of stuck in a situation that I wish upon no one, getting a brand new head coach late. And, but, I was transparent with them and honest, and told these guys, we're in it together. We're all in this year together as a unit, as a family, and let's just keep the ball rolling and do the right things.
It's 4 straight wins, 3 out of 4 of those on the road. You got 3 straight double-digit wins as well. You look at Lake Worth, Forest Hill, and Stone McDouglas. Are y'all where you expected y'all to be this deep into the season, or are they even performing above the expectations you set on them?
Coming in, not really knowing what expectations we had, and as us as a team. So I would say that we're ahead of the ball of where we are now. Again, looking back at games in the film, we see situations where the game could have been a lot beneficial in our favor in terms of the score or missed assignments or things like that. So, you put all those things into consideration. I would say we're a little bit ahead of the curve from, I guess, what I expected. Again, wasn't much or didn't know what to expect, I guess I'm saying.
When it comes to play calling and whatnot, what are your game day responsibilities as a head coach? Do you kind of are you one that delegates a lot more of that, or are you more hands-on?
I'm this year I'm delegating most of that. I brought in a DC and a OC where I kind of oversee it all, and I'm on the headset on both sides. seeing and saying, hey, I like this, call this or what's not. And my OC and DC, they're great. They're phenomenal. And times I see stuff and it's never gonna, they're like, yes, sir. And they'll call it and vice versa. I may see some things and they pointed out, like, well, coach, this is why I didn't call it this way. So we got a great team going. I'll say that much.
A lot of that is going to hinge on what you like out of your quarterback. What's that position like for you right now, and how much are you going to lean on quarterback play for Friday night on the road in a highly anticipated matchup with Royal Palm?
We're going to lean on him heavy. I think, Mason Chapman is one of the better quarterbacks in the county. He showcases that. He's our leader out there. He gets the guys and the linemen blocking the right people, putting them in the right spots, and he can sling it. So we put a lot on his plate, and he's answering it. I think we just were saying he's over 1,000 yards already. We got 5 more games to go. He had a goal of his to make this year, so I think we can make that happen as long as stacking up the wins.
Yeah, and for Chapman, 11 touchdowns through these 5 games. He spreads it around. I think 3 different receivers have 3 touchdowns on the year as well. So it's not easy to just walk in there and game plan against the Bobcats right now on the offensive side. What about the defense? I mean, I see what Royal Palm has. They literally have 4 shutouts in all 4 of their wins this year, which is a quite intriguing stat. How do y'all shape up on the defensive side, and what unit or at least what level of that defense has kind of stood out as one of your strong points so far?
Yeah, I mean, Royal Palm is going to be one of the best teams we played this year. There's no doubt about that. Their film don't lie, and their shutouts obviously don't lie either. I kind of brought that to the table with our defense and said, hey, look, guys, they put up points and they get shutouts on the contrary to the offense side. And we challenge these guys. Our defense has held us in some games and hasn't let up that much points in a lot of our games. So they're ready to answer the call. They're going to see probably one of the, again, better teams and offenses that they'll face this year. So we just kind of mounted that on their back and said, hey, it's time to show us, and it's time to compete at a high level this coming up week.
Collin O'Neal catching up with me, Theo Dorsey, ahead of the game of the week. It's a big one. It's going to be 2 4-1 teams showing down in Royal Palm Beach. In a game that's not a district game, but this deep into the season, all of them matter about equally. When you get back into district play, and I know that you don't want to look ahead past this game, but how important is it that you already have one under your belt in a win? And what were those goals set ahead of the season? I know that generally you start with winning the district, and that way you can then know you'll be in the playoffs, and then you can start to kind of further it along. Like, is that kind of the angle you went with it, even in this unorthodox way in which you came into the head coaching job here?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. The Bobcats are coming off of 2 back-to-back district wins, and I think they were a very solid team and a great team. And I kind of just piggyback on that. I said, you guys, you've done it before. You've been here. And I asked the whole team. I said, what's the goal? And everyone raised their hand and said they want to win district again this year. So that is a goal of ours, and we're chasing that, but one game at a time. That was kind of my mantra when we played Stoneman Douglas. I said, hey, in order to win district, you have to win this one. And they went out there and did that. So yeah, that's a goal of ours for sure, to win district. And any team we play any week, we want to compete. We want to show up, and we want to get the win at the end of the day.
Who are some of the playmakers to look out for Friday night for our broadcast crew that'll be on the call? A lot of times they like to keep their eye out for kids that you'll see them in the stat sheet so they can look out for some of those, but sometimes it doesn't always show up in the box score. Who are just some of those kids for the Bobcats that we should be on the lookout for?
I'll start out on the offense side of the ball. We already talked about him a little bit, Mason Chapman. Our one of our running, but we got a great running back crew there. We got 3 guys we rotate. Adon, Elam, our number 0 running back. Jerron Miller, number 1 receiver. Sonny Pepitone, number 2 receiver, and Crew, number 6 receiver. Those guys, we got a couple guys, like you said, that's caught multiple touchdowns. 2 of them have about 300 yards apiece. One of them almost 200. And then on the defense side of the ball, Ja'Cory Noel, he's a sophomore. He holds down the defensive end for us. He's had over 10 plus tackles, I think, in almost every game so far this year. Last game, the game before, he had 3 TFLs, 3 sacks. So he's a great player to watch out for as well. Number 11 he wears. And also Josh Francique, our safety. He's kind of our general back there. He's gotten a couple interceptions off this year in a couple games, and our 2 linebackers, they're both sophomores. Siler Story, number 17, and Peter Theodore, number 52. They're fun ones to watch.
I'm sure they'll all be flying all over the field, and we're excited to gear up for again yet another big matchup here in the high school football slate. Coach Collin O'Neal, I appreciate your time. Stay healthy at practice this week, and we'll see y'all on Friday night.
Can't wait. Go Bobcats.